What's up guys, this is Corey, welcome to CNA Films and Animation. Today is Sunday, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about a movie that came out in 1991 on, went straight to video. Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College. Frankly, with a title like that, that's not a good sign. I'm just going to throw that out there. So, let's recap what the first two movies, how I thought about the first two movies. The first movie I thought was good. It was a little slow to get, pick up and everything, but the second half was pretty decent. And the second movie I absolutely love. It's one of my all-time favorite B-rated movies. So where exactly does this one fall in? Well, guys, unfortunately, this one is actually a bad movie. This one was pretty hard to watch. So, what's the overall plot? The story goes is that the Ghoulies have this comic book, and after a professor takes a comic book from one of his students, he reads it out loud, and he summons them from a toilet, and you've got the three Ghoulies. One's a fish, one's a rat, one's a cat, and they basically wreak havoc. And there's like a big side plot where there's a group of frat houses dueling to have like the best pranks. It's like prank week, and they're trying to have the best pranks, and in reality, they're just really stupid. But anyway, the professor, he pretty much turns evil and tries to kill one of his students who's leading this prank week in one of the frat houses. And pretty much they just start wreaking havoc on the school. And, it happened. So, what exactly are the positives with this film? Yeah, there's not really many positives. The acting is halfway decent, I suppose, but it's nothing really to write home about. The creature effects are not as good as the first two, especially the second film, I thought, but they're unique enough, I suppose. At least two of them return. There's at least one new one. So let's get into the negatives, and believe me, there is a lot of negatives with this film. One of the biggest problems with the film is that right from the get-go, you know something's not right when the Ghoulies themselves start talking. And this happens minutes into the first... This happens within the first couple minutes of the movie. It starts off taking place in like 1967 or something, and it shows a guy who is trying to get rid of the Ghoulies or something with a comic book, and pretty much they get summoned into the toilet, as well as the guy who eventually disappears. You never see him again. And the Ghoulies talk, and they don't really say anything interesting. They're a lot of like Three Stooge puns and stuff. It wasn't very good. Another problem with the movie is that this movie is more like a slapstick comedy than it is a horror film or like a horror comedy. It's almost pure comedy, and that takes away from both the original and the second film. The second film was kind of a horror comedy. First film was a little more toward horror, but there was some comedic moments with the first film. And this film, it's almost pure comedy, and most of the comedy doesn't work. It's a lot of slapstick, a lot of stupid jokes here and there, and it drags on. It really does. The Ghoulies never really do anything either. They do a lot of like crazy college stuff, but they never really go crazy and try to kill people or anything. At least until the ending, sort of. And Yeah, they do have a couple of kills here and there, but it's nothing really to write home about. It's really forgettable. So would I recommend this movie? Absolutely not. It's pretty bad. It has about a 2.8 on IMDb, and it definitely deserves somewhere around that ballpark. It's a real shame because I love the second movie, and the first movie isn't bad. So it's like, they really did not hit the mark with this film, and it's unfortunate. It's what it comes down to. It's just really unfortunate. So I'm gonna give Ghoulies 3 a 3 out of 10. The reason why I'm giving it a 3 out of 10 is because, you know, I like a little bit of the puppetry, but the talking really kills it. They did not need to have them talk. Um, there's many reasons for it to be as low as it is, but the small positives are enough to give it up to a 3. So that's my rating. So tell me, guys, have you seen Ghoulies 3? Ghoulies Go to College? If you have, what'd you think of it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? What'd you think of the puppetry? What'd you think of the Ghoulies talking? What'd you think of, the pranks and stuff that happened throughout the movie? Comment below, let me know. Love to hear your feedback. If you guys like this review, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Be sure to check out our other videos. And as always, I'm Corey, and I'll see you guys in the next one.